Hey, welcome to Watchmen Waiting on the Lord. Today's video is just a short video. I just wanted to talk about two things that I've recently watched, and I just wanted to say first of all, I got baptized yesterday. Got baptized by my pastor in my pool in my apartment building. I do recommend that people get baptized. And I don't say that baptism saves you or anything, but it's the reason I got baptized is because he recommended that I did, and I said, well, I got baptized when I was I was like whatever, just a number of days old, and I got baptized in front of a school. And so there is a biblical difference. You do it as a conscious. You're supposed to get baptized as a conscious thing, and so that's why I did it. So it's supposed to be like a public, declaration of your faith type thing. But I'm going to leave two videos. I'm going to leave two. I don't feel well in this video. Pardon me. I'm going to leave two links to two videos. I'm not the type of person who, like, we're living in the last days. That's what I believe. When the verse in Matthew 24 and in Luke says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the latter days. And the same with Lot. But when you look at the days of Noah, what were the days of Noah like? They were horrible. They were violent. But not only that, but I believe that in that time, back in the days of Noah, they had technology that we have no idea about. And you can read it in Genesis, and I'm reading right now. I'm almost done. I'm on section 5, which is like chapter 100. And they didn't put this in the Bible, but because, you can't prove if this one was tampered with, but Enoch. And there's so many things that corroborate, that just fit in. But I can understand why they took it away, but took it out. I watch videos. So the person who I'm going to share this, and I'm going to share another video after it. So I'm not into things that haven't been proven, but there are certainly some. When you look at all the symbols on almost everything, cars, but let's take almost every symbol you can think of, Mazda, Toyota, all those, they all have symbols that go back to something that's not good. Pagan gods. You can look them all up. And you can look at all your appliances. You can look up just about anything. And the question is, are you willing to look at them? Are you willing to see how deep these things go? You look at, in Western society, you look anywhere in the world, and you look at, like pillars on buildings. What do these things mean? Courtrooms, everything. So in the first one I'm going to show you, and this guy does such a good job with his video editing. I believe about 95% of what is in the stuff he makes. It's called the scariest movie ever. I've just been binge watching his stuff, and this stuff just wakes me up. Open up a Bible and read a Bible. We're in the last days. That's what I believe. I believe we're very close. I believe we're very close. I can see all the stuff that's happening in the world and all the lawlessness. And have you seen what's happening in Ukraine and Russia? We're a hair's breadth away from a war. So I'm going to talk to you like a full-on war. And there's other places in Europe too that are about to go. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. So in this first one, certainly you've heard of Project Bluebeam, right? If you haven't heard of Project Bluebeam, look it up. That's not the one I'm talking about, but it is where I forward you to. They talk about Project Bluebeam immediately after what I'm trying to point you to. So it's 19 minutes and 44 seconds in. This man died in 1989, and he claims, so this is a deathbed confession. This man claims that the CIA, he went into a program and they programmed his mind and he went and killed people. He did whatever. You can look up his name, something Spencer. And so he said he went and killed people. And he starts giving a confession. And this confession, this is like, what was this, like 34, 35 years ago. And in this confession, 1989, he says, if you don't believe me, he said, in 2017 or 2018, there's going to be, I don't care about it, I'm just going to say it, you can take my channel away. There's going to be an influenza-like virus, like 1918 that killed 40 million people. And if you don't believe me, he says, listen to me now. And if it comes true, you know the rest of the stuff I'm telling you is the truth. So ask yourself, did it happen? It's 19 minutes and 44 seconds in. I recommend you watch this. And then he talks about Project Bluebeam after. And I know about Project Bluebeam. He says that the next thing that they're going to do, and many Christians do believe this. I won't believe anything until I see it, but the outline of this is that, so they do have the technology. I've heard of places like in China, and he speaks about another place. There are mass holograms that people see in the sky of like cities and dragons and armies and stuff like that. Do we have the technology to do that from satellites? Absolutely. And so Project Bluebeam is supposed to be like a fake alien invasion, but they'll use real weapons, and it's to get humanity all scared, and the only people who won't believe it are Christians who know the truth. I don't know if this is going to happen, but he says it's going to happen in 2024. Like I said, I'm not. I have to hear something and know it happened, or have great evidence on the contrary to say whatever. Hard to express myself when I can't speak correctly at this time. The other, I totally recommend you watch, and this is scary. In this, they're going to show you a bunch of the bills, like the $1 bill, the $5 bill, the $10 bill, the $50 bill, the $100 bill, and it shows, and you look for yourself. It's a Twin Towers falling down. I can't find it, but it's by the first video I'm going to show you about that guy making his confession. The person who's making these videos, I would have to go back. I've looked in so many videos, but they put what they're going to do to us, what they're going to do. They put the Oklahoma city bombings, what was that, 1992 or 1995? And so it was in a bill before it happened. And a man found it by looking in like ultraviolet light or something. And so there were like 3 different events that happened that were all in these bills in the background, hidden before they happened. And there's another, but it hasn't happened yet, and it's a mushroom cloud in Manhattan. I'm not kidding. You'd have to look these things up, but I'll show you the bills, the ones that I can find right now. And I recommend you go to 19 minutes and 44 seconds and get there and back up a bit, or go right to the beginning of this guy's conversation. But that's where he admits that there's going to be a virus in 2017, or at the end of 2017 or 2018, pretty damn close. And for him to specify, and look at the way he says, he's like, he looks at the camera, he's like dead serious. Anyways, I recommend you watch this. But above all, I recommend you get to know Jesus Christ today, no later, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to be stuck with the goats. There's the sheep and the goats. There's such bad stuff happening all over the place. Open up a Bible. Talk to God. If you can't understand Scripture, and if you don't feel you have faith walking into it, speak to God first, then open up the Bible and start reading. Thanks for watching. I'm really my throat is really bad this time. God bless.